So the pre-drilled holes from Factory 5 are just a little bit off. Lucky they weren't so close that it would just slot it. I don't know, it's going to be pretty weak as it is, I guess. I got to take them back off again anyway, so I may end up filling that in. May not have to, I just drilled into it, and there's aluminum behind there. So there's aluminum backer behind there. I don't know how much of it. Probably this whole square here. Okay, now I'm putting in Breeze's prop rod. This is the hood prop rod. I've already measured this out where I want it. Now I'm just centering it up. Alright, so this is the prop rod. You got that through. Basically, you just run the rod through this 3/4 tube here, and then you put a washer and a cotter pin on the other side. It's real simple to do. You just measure out from the radiator 12 inches. Mine is 11. Due to the fact that if I would have went 12 inches, it would have hit the foot box here. So I ran it 11 inches. Put in a clip right here. If I could do this again, I would put the clip a little bit lower. But the reason I didn't put it as low is because I wanted to be able to get to my brake fluid if I needed to, whether the prop rod was up or down. I don't know why I was thinking that, but either way, if I'm checking the brake fluid, more than likely it's going to have a prop rod up at the time. So you press it free, and then it goes up here, hooks onto this. Now, there's 3 holes already pre-drilled from Factory 5 for the struts, the gas struts that go and mount down here to here. I don't want to do that. I don't want to put the gas struts in there. One, my overflow tank there would probably hit it. I don't know for sure, but it looks like it would probably hit it. And 2, the extra weight, I just rather go with this right here. I like prop rods versus the gas charge shocks. So this mounts here like this. I keep moving it, my cane will fall, but it'll mount right here. I'll cane it away. It'll mount right here. Once it mounts right there in those 3 existing holes, all you do is pop that out, snap that down, and you have to actually bend it out just a little bit to actually get it in there. So it should lock it in. So if the wind's blowing or something, it should be locked in pretty good. So now I gotta mount this onto here. All right, I know I said I wasn't going to do any body work until I get to state inspection, but I was jacking around with the hood, and there was quite a bit more of a gap over here. than there was over here. So I went ahead and took the hood off and went ahead and sanded quite a bit through here and right here, and it looks a whole lot better. As you can see, my marks, I got all kinds of Sharpie marks everywhere. But anyway, I've just knocked it down flat. I haven't radiused the edges yet, just because I just stuck it in here just to see how it's going to look, and I think this is where I want it. So now it's time to crawl up under the car and go ahead and bolt those hood hinges back on. I have some work I got to do to the hood scoop here too. Okay, so this is obviously into the future. I had some footage of me up under the car tightening the hood hinges up, but I can't seem to find it. So I'm just going to kind of explain it here. What I did was I had the hood down and set exactly how I wanted it, taped up and everything like you just seen. And then I put the car up on jack stands, all right, and crawled up under and used an extension, a long extension. If you don't have a long extension, you can reach up through, you can adapt. And the hinges and everything should be loose to begin with. Loosen them up, close the hood down, tape it down, set it the way you want. All your measurements are right above. And then you crawl up under and you tighten everything up the way it is, paying close attention to, as you're tightening it, make sure it doesn't move on you. But once everything's all tight, you may have to reach up with some wrenches to tighten up the hood here if you loosen that up. But for the most part, I just had to loosen this and this where it would articulate back and forth. Once you do that, you're pretty much set, and then you come out from under the car, lift it up, and find out if it's going to rub. I did rub right in here early on, but continued to adjust. All right, I got the hood taped down. The hood hinge I got Gorilla Tape holding it in place. I got the spacers. Basically, these are just cardboard, just some cardboard pieces, but they're all the same size. I have a ton of them. And I got all of them held in place. If you don't hold them in place, they'll just fall under like this, so it screws everything up. But so I held them in with painter's tape, and then I got Gorilla Tape holding them in, holding the hood down, and it's held in pretty tight. Haven't gotten any movement at all out of it. And here she is. About to find out if it's gonna work. Spacing is all done by hand, so it's pretty well lined up. Not perfect. Not perfect by any means. Handmade. Factory 5 kits. If you do them yourself, of course, they're handmade. Well, even if you have someone make it, it's handmade. The original Cobras were handmade too. So none of them are exactly the same. But that is how I lined up my hood. No rubbing, everything's straight.